Okay, so I just finished watching episode 2 of Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation, The Forest and the Dead of Night. And I have to be 100% honest. I thought the episode was a disappointment. ABD was still good, but with the expectations that I and a lot of people have for Mushoku Tensei, I thought it could have been way better. So I think the one thing I'm realizing is how quickly they're just sprinting through volume 7 of the story. I mean, volume 7 of the light novel of the story. And I do not like it. I remember a few, like maybe last year, something like that on Facebook, there was like some talk about volume 7 actually becoming its own movie. Basically getting like the Mugen Train treatment that the Mugen Train arc did for Demon Slayer. And I thought that was fantastic. Because it seems like Studio Bind is not going to give volume 7 its just desserts, so to speak. Now, anybody who's ever heard me talk about Mushoku Tensei knows that volume 7 may be, I think it really is my favorite part of the entire story. It's because you see Rudeus as far down as he is. You see him start to pick himself back up and basically become the person, it starts the journey for him to become the person he truly needs to be in order for the story to be as great as it is. And I'm very, very disappointed in this episode. First things first, the animation, let's just talk about the animation. For as great as I thought the animation in episode 1 was how piss poor I thought it was in episode 2. It's like they spent all their money on the first episode, and I'm so disappointed in that. That's why I think especially when I do make a why you should watch about this season in particular, I'm definitely going to say it should have gotten the movie treatment. I think episode 7 works perfectly that way, just as a quick little movie that can just slot in and you can keep it moving. Because if nobody watches the movie, I still think you could do something like a little treatment. I think like they did with the Mugen Train for if you want to start after he leaves. But let's see, we got introduced to Soldart, and God, they did a really good job with his introduction and how he portrayed himself in the episode. Because man, I remembered all the hate that I had for him all over again. And man, let's see, let's start. Counter Arrow. Counter Arrow is great as usual. I really enjoy when Suzanne gets the limited time that she has to shine. Like, I really enjoy her, man. Like, she's great. Her voice actor is great. It also helped that she's black too, so shout out representation. But I just think she's just great. So seeing Sarah too working that perfect tsundere level, staying on the line, not too high, not too low, just getting enough. um I thought I guess some of the things that were shown in the episode was really good, like when they went to go to the Snowdrake to get the Snowdrake scales, and that moment when the Snowdrakes pull up and they all start running away, and then Rudeus uses his magic. He turns around and he sees that the counter arrow is gone, and he thinks that they've abandoned him, and he just smiles, grabs onto Roxy's panties, and he's just gonna do it. I obviously, me reading the story, I knew it was going to happen, but I was like, he can make his way out. He's still an absurdly powerful mage. And as much as I love Timothy, man, I get so pissed off when I watch him start chanting his incantations. I'm like, we don't got time for this, bro. We don't got time. Let's go. We got things to do. But the best part of the episode for me, ironically, was when Soldart pulls up after getting drunk from finishing his mission, and he just reads a little bit of the riot act to counter arrow basically Suzanne and Timothy, and then he just goes in on Rudeus. When I first read this in the story, even in the web novel too, I fucking hated Soldart, because you have no idea what Rudeus is going through, right? You just have no idea. I mean, and something that bothers me is like he thinks he has it the worst. I'm like, maybe he does, but that's so subjective. He has it the worst out of anybody in that room, including you, Soldart. I fucking hated him. But a lot of things that he said was true about him kind of half-assing a little bit. But it's not like Soldart had all the answers, man. Some of these things, some of these situations, like depression, I think everybody likes to believe that they know the answer, but it's so hard to kind of get through that stuff. I mean, I'm not a medical professional or whatever, so I obviously don't know, but man, and that really, I guess I say this, the episode did a really good job of making me hate Soldart, but Soldart's also another tsundere who's written well, so it just fucking bothers me, man. I fucking hated him, but it was a perfect use of Soldart in that episode. The only problem is now, I think they're gonna do what, two more episodes, I think, and then they're just gonna sprint through volume 7, which is a damn shame. I know I'm biased, but it's a damn shame they're just gonna sprint through it because they want to get to the point where he goes to the Magic Academy, or maybe we'll get some stuff about Paul and what he's been doing with his party, because I believe Roxy is with Paul, if I remember correctly. So either way, episode 2 was, I mean, if I'd rate out of 10, it was like a 6, maybe since if I put my Mushoku Tensei goggles on, maybe it's a 7, but I don't think it's that good. It was a 6. The animation was bad. The animation was really bad. That's what really bothered me with the episode. The fact that they're just sprinting through the source material to get where they truly want to go, because the more and more I think about it, I think they're gonna try and get to the point where they rescue Zenith, Rudy's mother. I think that's what they're trying to get to. That's where I think they want to end the season, which is a shame, because I legitimately think where I would end it, because I know the season split into 2 cores, right? I would do the first core straight up volume 7. Like, you need, once again, like, kind of give you that slow burn that the first season got, bro. You need to understand how Rudeus is like this, and you need to show the battle that he goes through to get there. Or maybe maybe just don't do it in 3 episodes or 4 episodes. Like, that's what I'm thinking. And then the end of the first core, Rudeus leaves, and you guys are gonna see what's gonna happen in the next episode, because I'm trying my hardest not to just spoil everything. Rudeus is gonna leave and head and go toward the Magic Academy, but I'm so disappointed in this episode, especially with the high expectations that I have. It just, the story rushing, the bad animation, it just bothered me. Like, the treant part is specifically, like, after he pulls her out of the treant thing, and then they fall in the river, and then they pick her up, and you see the treant thing move in the background, like reminding you of those 90s cartoons where everything's kind of drawn in the background except for the one thing, you know, the character's gonna grab and use. It reminded me of that, and it's been, that's like 20 years past when they used to do that. Like, the animation should be better. I expected more, but hopefully in episode 4, which is called The Abrupt Approach, they pick things up. So I'm gonna try and cut this down a little bit more, because I went like 20 minutes last time, the episode 1 was so good, I basically just recapped the whole thing. So anyway, guys, episode 2, The Force and the Dead of Night, was an okay episode, but okay doesn't work for Mushoku Tensei. So thank you guys for listening. Try to edit these a little bit more, so you at least get your money's worth. But episode 4, Abrupt Approach, is going to be a very big episode. I'm ready for Rudy and another character in particular. I've already spoiled enough. So thank you guys for listening, and see you guys, or talk to you guys next week. Thank you for watching.